Welcome back to our weekly market overview. The markets are really borderline between we all gonna make it and this is the end on a daily basis. So let's look at our charts, what we can see here. If you look at our Bitcoin post-election cycle monitor, I think you can see why markets are nervous. We are hitting a seasonal pattern here where you can see that our current cycle, the post-US election cycle, is really on track on our projection line, which you can see is that normally September is one of the weaker months where we form a low and then have a beautiful rally into Q4 with a high around November, December. And so I think that's what markets are worrying at the moment. But as you can see, this is a normal seasonal pattern. When it comes to our weekly sector returns, you can see the weakness here in Bitcoin over the last 7 days, really unchanged. And you see that our smart contract platform index was best, of course. It's still an Ethereum story. We now have some strength in Solana, which we see in another slide later. We still have centralized exchanges up, which is a sign of speculation, of course. Whenever there's a lot of trading activity, centralized exchanges benefit from that. But also you can see that our top 100 equal weight, which is a proxy for the altcoin market, is up nicely with around 4%. So you see, altcoins have some life. Bitcoin is lagging. People are worried about Bitcoin. And as they see as Bitcoin as the anchor for the market, they're worried about the overall market. And so our charts can't confirm that. If you see also our Altseason index, which is indicating the number of assets outperforming Bitcoin over the last 90 days, you see we're around 57% of our top 100 index, which is above the middle, but it's not really weak. You can also say maybe it's due to Bitcoin falling, why altcoins hold steady, but it's not a real weakness we are seeing here. Now, for me, the stock market overall is overall an indicator of risk assets, how they are doing, and also, of course, important for crypto, which is the ultimate high beta asset. Now, if you look at China, this is the China 50 index, is breaking out from a really long bottoming range. So that's not negative. If China is breaking out to the upside. And also SMH, which is the VanEck semiconductor ETF, is holding here above the old highs. And that goes back to Nvidia. They just posted a record quarter of earnings. So we had $41 billion of $46.7 billion in revenue from data centers, also marking a 7 straight quarters of 40 to 50% growth. So guidance points to another record, even without China. But reports suggest Nvidia may soon sell its Blackwell AI chips back into China, with the US taking a cut. So that would unlock huge additional upside. And the company also announced a $60 billion buyback, bigger than most S&P 500 firms. So why am I telling you that? So semiconductors and especially Nvidia for markets, these are really crucial. Yeah. And these earnings are removing the risk of a tech breakdown. So with Nvidia steady, the AI bull market narrative stays intact. Major indexes remain at all-time highs, and risk appetite is broadening into small caps, even into micro caps. So that is unlikely to start a bear market. And so I have a hard time to see crypto crashing while equities are doing relatively well. And you also see that high beta stocks in relation to low vol stocks are making new highs. So risk appetite is here. Now, Coin50, our index for the overall market, is right above the old highs from 2024. Now, can we break through these highs? Yes, but I expect that we maybe form a falling wedge pattern here, which then resolves when we also resolve the seasonal pattern I showed you at the beginning. Bitcoin is right hanging in there. So 109 is really a key level. Otherwise, it would maybe fall to 100, which is still within the seasonal pattern. So nothing to worry here at the moment. And as you can see, at the same time, Solana is breaking out in relation to Bitcoin. Yeah, that's the SOL Bitcoin ratio here, which is also not bearish at all. So I think we face seasonal weakness here. It could be volatile, but I also don't think that this is the end of the bull market. So everything looks more similar to the historical pattern we have. So I hope you found that useful. See you next week. Thank you very much.